My high school graduation party. Just as I was standing up to give a toast of gratitude to my father, he suddenly walked up to the stage and snatched the microphone from my hands. "Actually," he said, his voice echoing through the speakers, "I'm not your father." The entire banquet hall fell dead silent. I thought he was playing some sort of sick, awkward joke. I reached out to take the microphone back, but he shoved me away so hard I nearly lost my footing. "The night you were born, I switched you with my brother's baby in the hospital nursery," he announced, staring out at the shocked faces of our friends and family. "And all those times you got sick during your exams? That was me feeding you spoiled food on purpose. I'm also the one who hacked into your student portal and changed your college applications to community college." He let out a harsh, breathless laugh. I couldn't stand to see Raymond succeed in life, so I made damn sure his flesh and blood paid the price. A cold, sharp pain bloomed in my chest. Suddenly, the pieces of my childhood fell into place with terrifying clarity. I remembered the night I accidentally took a bite of my cousin's favorite dessert, and my father beat me until I was black and blue, locking me in the dark attic for 3 days and 3 nights without food. I remembered when my test scores came back higher than my cousin's, and my father publicly accused me of cheating, forcing me to kneel in the school courtyard and apologize to the entire student body. I had spent 18 years believing he was just a harsh disciplinarian, a demanding father who wanted me to be perfect. I never could have imagined that I was merely a stolen pawn, and that every ounce of misery he inflicted on me was a deliberate, calculated act of vengeance. He waved a manila folder in the air, his face twisted in a triumphant grin. "It doesn't matter anyway. Your life is already ruined thanks to me. Now I'm taking this DNA test to go claim my real son, Austin." I stared at the folder in his hand, momentarily frozen. I had found that exact paternity test in his study a few days ago. The bold, black print at the bottom of the page had been unmistakable. There was a 0% probability of paternity between my father and Austin. My throat tightened. I reached for the folder. "Don't." Dad slapped my hand away. Then he turned back to the guests. "Look at him. He's a parasite. He couldn't stand seeing Austin succeed, so he did everything he could to drag him down. Those high grades were probably cheating too. Changing his college application was just me forcing him back to his real level." Nausea rolled through me. When college decisions came out, my acceptance to my dream university had disappeared. In its place was an enrollment confirmation at a low-tier community college. I had nearly fainted. My teachers and relatives urged me to call the police because they suspected someone had stolen my identity or altered my application. Dad stopped me before I could. "You probably screwed up your own application and now you're lying to cover it up. This is your real level, Dylan. You worked for years and still couldn't beat Austin." Back then, I'd thought he was disappointed in me. Now I understood he had been celebrating. Dad stormed off the stage and ordered everyone out. "Now that you know what kind of trash he is, why are you still here? Get out." Within minutes, the banquet hall that had been filled with relatives, teachers, and friends was empty. I stared at him, my hands clenched so tightly my nails dug into my palms. "You threw this party just to humiliate me?" He rolled his eyes. "I'm not your real father. Did you honestly think I'd spend money to do something nice for you?" Then he grabbed my arm and dragged me outside. "Time to send you back where you belong." He pulled me down the street until we reached Uncle Raymond's house, then shoved me onto the porch. When Raymond opened the door, Dad thrust the DNA report toward him. "Ray, the nurse switched our babies. Here's the proof. I'm returning your useless kid. Now give me back my son. Give me Austin." Raymond barely looked at the folder. "Austin has been my son for 18 years. He's the only son I recognize." His eyes briefly moved to me, not with recognition, but with pity. "Even if this kid is biologically mine, I don't want him.